Meet Skull, the second character of Lockhart after Harmorpheus and our latest Flame main DPS unit in Tower of Fantasy. He also is a male unit and seems to have trust issues with others. Not that it's a bad thing, but you'll find out as you progress with the story. Skull has the unique ability to transform into a wolf, a lichen to be exact, and that's something we don't get to see every day, isn't it? In fact, I don't recall Tower of Fantasy has any other quite like him, and that's interesting to say the least. So, with Skull's addition to the team, how strong is Flame, and how well does he work with others? Let us find out. Skull is a Flame physical DPS with the traits fusion of Flame and Mass, Flame Fist Resonance, the ability to armor dissolve, and also the 16 Shatter 14 Charge as usual. Now, for his gameplay, Skull's transformation, like all other famous Lycan you may imagine, gives him stronger attacks and new skills unlocked, so you want to be in this form if we're talking about DPS and combat instances. He also follows the pattern of fixed discharge with a 25-second cooldown, so you probably can guess how his combos are gonna be like. Upon discharge, let it fully run, oh wait, you can't even cancel it, and watch him stab himself, become a Lycan, then perform his 5-hit combo into using his skill 3 times, 1, 2, 3, and finally, when all 5 energy icons light up, use his skill again for big damage to the target. Then, do one more round of normal attack chain and swap off to your other weapons when the cooldown is ready. Not a very difficult combo, just some muscle memory and good practice. Now, let's take a look at the skill description. In his human form, casting skill grants you hyper body for 10 seconds and deals some AoE damage to nearby targets. That's it. What the hell? He seriously needs his Lycan form to even do anything? However, by pressing the special skill button, you can transform into Lycan mode without using his discharge, so it's kinda on demand and pretty handy if you need it. Oh, and talking about discharge, you can't cancel it once initiated, like I mentioned earlier on, just saying. After using his discharge and entering Beast Awakening, that's where you get his special skills. Skull can use a total of 3 skills consecutively, generating 1 ultimate energy for each skill used. This is indicated by the purple icon down here, which kinda looks like a claw. After using his 3 skills, the skill button is disabled. You no longer can cast his skills until you do his powered up skill, Ultimate Phantom Wolf. To use this powered up skill, you need all 5 energy icons to be charged up, but you may have noticed, since the skill only gives you 3, then what do? Not like you can use his skill, right? So, the remaining 2 has to be filled up by performing his normal attack chain, and that's why in the earlier demonstration, you perform his normal attacks, connecting it to the 3 skills to ensure his energy bar is full. Now, once you have the ultimate energy full at 5 icons, you can cast his ultimate Phantom Wolf sub-skill. Skull will charge up and leap into the air, and slamming down to deal massive damage on the targets. Kind of similar to how Saladin slams down on her sub-skill. These flame mains, I tell you. When that slam marks his target and applies a DOT effect for 10 seconds. Neat. After that, his skill enters a long cooldown, 999 seconds to be exact, and you can't use any of it until you swap off his weapon and enter Beast Awakening again. That discharge of his. So to summarize, each transformation, you get to use his skill 3 times and 1 ultimate skill. That's it. In human form, Skull's normal attack chain looks flashy and all, but doesn't give any special energy. and not really painful at all, so you won't use them much. In Lycan mode, however, his normal attacks punch harder and gives ultimate energy when you perform the chain. You can even chain up to 5 energy icons without using his skills, albeit lesser damage, but still able to use the sub-skill once the ultimate energy is maxed. So in his rotation, it's usually normal attack chain into 3 skills, then use his ultimate skill, and finally capping off with another normal attack chain. Skull doesn't have any aerial attack moves. Instead, he'll do a plunge when you perform a normal attack in mid-air. Same goes for his Lycan form. He'll only do a plunge, and then he'll howl for no reason. Like, why? Skull's human form has a dodge attack that does a 3-hit combo but is rarely used, and his Lycan form has no dodge attacks at all. Skull discharges by stabbing himself in the heart and transforming into a Lycan with 25 seconds cooldown in between. During the transformation, you can't move and can't cancel the discharge as well. There is a 4-second damage immunity, so at the very least, you won't die when transforming yourself, so that's a relief. Other than that, the primary reason to do Discharge is to gain Beast Awakening and unlocking the special skills. Compared to some other units, his Discharge isn't really beautiful anyway, so there you have it, an absolute beast. Skull has a unique movement kit which only works in his Lycan form. While in mid-air or after doing a jump, holding down dodge lets you glide around for a short distance. Not as fancy as what Morpheus does, but it's still better than nothing. The good thing is, it consumes dodge attempts and not stamina, so as long as you have dodge counters, you can glide as much as you want in the air. That, combined with his enhanced leap, can allow you to traverse pretty far, I would say. And what is this enhanced leap, you may wonder? By holding down the jump key, Skull will crouch down to charge up his enhanced leap. And by releasing the jump key, he'll consume stamina to leap up high into the air. See? Normal jump versus enhanced jump, or leap, or both. What's unique about this is, you can do this exact move in the air. So enhanced leap, hold down the jump button and he'll crouch to charge up again. Release it and watch him leap up higher into the sky. So as long as you have stamina, you can keep going up, up and away. Oh, and Skull does take fall damage. You can jump, you can fly, but once you fall, it's bye-bye. So be careful. The mid-air gliding, however, doesn't seem to take any fall damage. Interesting. Last bit of his movement tech involves wall climbing. Skull can climb up walls and move upwards or left and right, but not downwards. He'll just drop off, like, little disappointing, but oh well. The good thing is, his wall climb is pretty intuitive. Kudos to the team for refining this compared to the days of Lynxes. Skateboarding on walls felt so bad compared to what Skull feels like now. Lockhart has a lot of buildings to roam around, and here's a little demo of how his exploration gimmicks feels like. Enjoy! Skull's trait provides a lot of flame damage percentage increment, so you will use his trait for DPS if he's on the team. A much needed improvement over the previous units that didn't buff damage percentage for flame. On the relic side, the preferred relic of choice would be the buff dealer at minimum 2 stars, best performance being 5 stars. Second relic would be the battle eye mark II at minimum 2 stars, best performance being 5 stars. Other relics, such as the rifle, mask, bubble gun, are all usable if you don't have the Mark II or buff dealer. F2P players can still go with the Koan 2 stars and Omnium Shield 5 stars in place of those premium relics. Skull's matrices are very damage oriented, with the usual 2-piece effects of buffing a lot of flame attack and the multipliers of his ultimate skill, Phantom Wolf. His 4-piece is the usual final damage % increment and additional flame damage % increment if equipped with his weapon on the team. Very straightforward DPS matrices, so for flame mains, it is recommended to get a 4-piece set for Skull if you are replacing altered units on your team. If resources are scarce, you can opt to combine 2-piece Skull with the standard matrices 2-piece Samir, 2-piece Cobalt B, and for those who totally don't want to get any Skull pieces, the 4-piece set of Master Yi, Plotty, Yen Miao or even Brevi can still be considered as replacements. Just plan ahead and pull to your needs. Team comps wise, Skull is a main DPS with big multipliers, so it works best with Saladin the Crazy Lady and Lana as the meta dual DPS team. For those without Lana, Void Piercer would be the replacement buffer, and for flame mains that don't have any altered units, Carrot can be the third unit to make up the triple flame comp. That still works. Of course, Skull can also hyper carry as main DPS with Void Piercer, Carrot and even Matrices as backup options should you not have Lana or Saladin on your teams. The key is buffing Skull as the main damage dealer if not using him in dual DPS comps. Not the best, but decent enough to get you by. For free to play, Skull can work with the standard options Master Yu, Liu Huo, Lan, Zeke alongside Anka too. Of course, these are mostly options if you don't have altered units, but again, I do recommend securing some altered weapons even if you are free to play. They make your teams better. Looking at the DPS charts, the meta team of Skull, Saladin and Lana propels Flame back to the top with a big jump over the other teams. This is due to the difference of the stats and multipliers between each comp. For example, the hyper carry teams of Skull, Carrot and Lana, or Altered Skull, Void Piercer and Lana is in fact better than the teams without Lana due to Lana's stats and multipliers being superior over Void Piercer and also Skull being a selfish brat that is strong on his own. Outside of the Lana teams, dual DPS Skull Saladin teams follow behind, with Carrot and Void Piercer teams pretty close to each other. Other than that, the damage difference between the top teams and the older comps without either Saladin or Lana is huge. So in short, you really want to focus on getting newer units to pair with Skull, be it dual DPS or hyper carry, he still wants the latest units to really shine. Element on element wise, Skull raises the ceiling for Flame approximately 20% over the old Flame meta, and when comparing with other elements, the usual pattern of 5 to 10% over Harmorpheus Bolt, with Fizz and Frost following behind. Skull's 1-star buffs flame damage percentage and the multipliers of his Discharge. It's a pure damage advancement. 3-star restores 10% of your max HP when casting his skills. It also increases the multiplier of his first skill out of the 3. 5-star buffs final damage percentage and the multiplier of his second skill out of the 3. This advancement also gives you damage reduction in Lycan mode. Skull 6-star gives a lot of flame damage and also increases the multiplier of his third skill out of the 3. In other words, maximum damage buffs. You also gain invincibility when killing enemies during transformation, but like discharging already gives you base 4 seconds immunity, so I don't know. This feels redundant and you really want his 6-star for maximum damage anyway. In a team of Lana, Saladin and Skull, we start off with Lana's skill into Saladin using her skill and performing her normal attack chain into the Blood Sigil. Once she slams onto the ground, do one more round of normal attacks until she does another mini slam, then discharge into Skull, transform into Lycan and do his normal attack chain to gain 2 ultimate energy. Immediately follow up with using his 3 skills 1, 2, 3, and once his energy is full, 5 stacks, You then use his ultimate skill. Charge it up, leap, and slam down onto the target. Then do another quick set of normal attack chain and swap to Lana once her cooldown is done. The rotation continues from Lana onwards. What I do find helpful is when doing Skull's normal attacks, I'm just spamming the skill button to do his 1, 2, 3 skill into the ultimate skill whenever it's ready. Again, perfect practice helps here. These 6.0 characters really be testing our muscle memory, y'all. Recommendations wise, Skull actually is good at 0 star for the casuals, or all the way to 6 star if you're a passionate Flame main. I'd say his 3 and 5 star, while good to have, isn't really a deal breaker compared to some other units. You can also consider getting a base weapon and 4-piece matrix set, as it is a solid option over the standard pieces. Getting him for his exploration is also recommended, considering Flame mains don't have great open world movement tech, so Skull should be a great addition. I mean, do you really use your main weapons with an out of place off element weapon? Unless you're an exploration main, otherwise, come, be honest now. Last but not least, for our resident whales and rankers, 6 star and 4-piece would be the bare minimum upgrade if you were running the Altered Saladin team, so needless to say, go get them all. As we explore further into Lockhart, Skull arrives to stamp his authority all over the region and take his place as the newest Flame main in Tower of Fantasy. Despite his simple gameplay, he does take Flame back to the top with his brute strength and raw power. Not to mention, he does have some badly needed movement tech for better exploration. What do you think of Skull? Is he cool enough, or are you waiting for the next bunch of units to complete your teams? Let me know in the comments, and I'll see y'all in the next one.